Hey, what's up, y'all? Today I'm going to be showing you 15 survival tricks that can help save your life. First, we're going to start off with how to start a fire using only a gum wrapper and a battery. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting it into a thin strip. Then I will put it around the battery and it should light up pretty quickly. I like to fold it in half and cut it at a triangle. It helps it light up a little bit faster. So I usually just take a battery from my usual cam light, and there you go. Now I got my wrapper. Make sure you have the paper still on there. Mine fell off a little bit, but it's all right. Pull out your AA, your 9 mil, whatever you got. 9 volt, not 9 mil. Sorry, the gun talk's getting to me. Then you want to wrap it around both sides of the terminals with the aluminum foil facing the terminals, and then you got fire. And this works pretty well. It'll start you up a nice, easy fire. Okay, next you want to find yourself a can. I'm stabbing this one. You want to find yourself a little metal container or a container of some sort. You got to make sure you kill it before you use it, though. Give it a nice, good killing. There we go. Okay, now once you have your can, you're going to need to split it down the middle so you have an actual container that you can use. If you use a knife, make sure it's a knife you're okay with destroying or a really high quality knife, because this will destroy your blade if it is not high quality. And this is that $5 knife I got from the DI. If you haven't seen that video, check up top. So what I'm doing is I'm just splitting it, making a little container that I'll use to make a candle from just a container, some sand, and some old grass clippings. And it actually works pretty well. Check it out. First thing I do is put a layer of dirt on the bottom. Then I put my wick, which is just going to be grass shavings. And I put dirt all the way around it. This will help make sure that the wick stays in place. Now, this is a fuel candle, so it has to have some sort of fuel to work. For this, I use bladder fuel, but you can use gasoline or jet fuel. This is simulating a pilot crash, what they use for a candle, and you can cook over this actually. So it's pretty cool and effective. I'll light it up right now. So I'm using a normal match. And boom. See, we got fire. And this lasts pretty long. Now, what if you have a mask? People are wearing a lot of masks. First trick I'll teach you is you can use it to collect water. Say you have water from a nasty old swamp. You can use it and it'll sort of filter the water. Now what I do here, don't do unless you know the water's a clean source. This will not filter out parasites. Let's make a filter that will. So, what I'm going to do is I tie that up, put dirt in the bottom, or in charcoal. That's charcoal, actually. Don't put dirt in the bottom. So charcoal in the bottom, then you want to get some grass or moss, then get your normal dirt and grass on top. Now, find yourself some murky water, like this, and pour it through your filter. And it should clean it up nice and good. See, that worked pretty well. Next, we're going to be making a fish hook out of a nail. This is out of that old brass nails I found in my knife, the little knife survival kit. If you haven't seen that, look up top. And yeah, I'm just bending that around, and I can tie on the actual head of the nail, I can tie a string or a fishing line, and I should be able to use it as a normal nail. And it actually works as a fishing hook. So I'm just bending that around. You can do it by hand, but it might chew up your fingers. Since I'm not actually in a survival situation, I didn't want to get a bunch of holes in my fingers, so I decided to use pliers. But it works pretty well, and there you go. See, it looks just like a normal fish hook, and it should work like a normal fish hook as well. I've caught a few fish on these, so they do work. The next trick I'll show you involves your normal dog tag. Dog tag is a shiny piece of metal, so you can use it for signaling. Don't do this unless you actually need to. Another trick that can help you survive outside, breathing through your nose. Helps you conserve water. When you breathe through your mouth, you're losing a lot more water than you do when you breathe through your nose. So if you're ever out and you don't have water yet, breathe through your nose. Next, I'll show you some weapons you can make with your mask. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a normal rock in this mask. This is one of those gator masks. You've seen it earlier in the video. This is known as a blackjack or a lock and a sock. It has many different names. Basically what it is just a sort of flail-like weapon, and it actually works pretty well. You can knock someone out, do some serious damage. You can also use the same mask, wind it up, and you can make a choke cord. Now, if we have a stick in our mask, then we can make a flail. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tie one end to the stick, and I'm going to tie the other one shut. But before I tie the other end shut, I'm going to throw a rock in there. So right now I'm just tying it up to the stick, and then get that nice and tight. You don't want this flying off and hitting you in the head. That would kind of be against the point of this weapon. Now you're going to want to open the other end and throw a rock in there. It can be a rock, it can be a stick. It just has to be something heavy that's going to hit hard. Tie that end off nice and tight. Want to make sure it's a square knot or a bow line or something you can depend on. I'm just going to do a simple granny. So tie it twice. And there you go. Now, this thing will hit hard. This will probably knock someone out if not kill them. Be careful. Okay, next, we're going to be showing you how to make a little hat. Spin one end, just spin it tight, and then you pull it inside out. This will be great for sun protection. It can help protect you from the elements. Also, if you get it wet, it can help cool you down real quick. Plus, it makes you look like a little bit of a rapper. Next, dandelions, yummy. Ultimate food. You can eat all parts of the dandelion. They don't taste good, but they are healthy. And if you're worried about food, you can also make a snare from some simple wire. Just tie one end around something strong, and then tie a snare line. Now, you might have to come to dirty fighting. Find yourself some sand, throw it in your enemy's eyes. You can also use your spit. Not very ladylike, but not no lady. Now, what happens if you break your match like I just did? What are you going to do? What you're going to do is you're going to take it on the ground. These have to be struck anywhere to work, but you have to take it on your ground. You want to find something to brace the stick with. I like using a rock. So once you get all your stuff organized, you want to find yourself a rock, and then holding it to the rock with your thumb, you can actually use it as a normal match. You can also fool your friends thinking that it's flint and steel when it's really just a match underneath the rock. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. Consider subscribing.